We use the word karma all the time, don't we? A driver cuts us off in traffic and then immediately gets pulled over. Ah, karma, we say. Or something terrible happens, and we ask, what did I do to deserve this? What bad karma did I have? We treat it like a cosmic police officer or a divine judge with a giant invisible ledger handing out rewards and punishments. What if that's not it at all? What if there is no judge? And what if karma is the exact opposite of fate? Hello, and thank you for joining our conversation here at the Mindful Compass. Today, we're asking a profound question. Is karma a system of cosmic reward and punishment? Or is it just another word for fate? These are the two great misunderstandings. 1. The cosmic judge view, that the universe punishes us for bad deeds and rewards us for good ones. 2. The fate view, that everything is pre-decided and we are just powerless actors in a script. The Buddhist teaching of karma is a liberating middle way between these two. It is not an external judge, and it is not a pre-written script. It is quite simply the law of cause and effect. And the most important part is that you are at the cause. The word karma, or kama in Pali, literally means action or volition. That's it. It's not the result. It's the action. The most important part of the action is the intention behind it. The intention is the seed. Here is a way to see this clearly. The analogy, the law of the garden. Imagine your mind is a garden. Your intentions are the seeds. The fate view says, your garden is already pre-planted. It doesn't matter what you do. The harvest is already decided. This is total disempowerment. The cosmic judge view says, there is a garden judge in the sky. If he sees you plant a good seed, he might give you a reward, a golden fruit. If he sees you plant a bad seed, he will punish you, send a hailstorm. This is based on fear and an external power. The Buddhist view, karma, is simply the law of the garden. It is an impersonal, natural law. If you plant a tomato seed, a kind, clear intention, you get a tomato plant. If you plant a nightshade seed, a harmful, angry intention, you get a nightshade plant. The soil doesn't punish you with nightshade. It just gives you what you planted. This analogy changes everything. 1. It removes the judge. You can stop asking, why is the universe doing this to me? The universe isn't doing anything to you. You are simply experiencing the natural harvest of seeds you or others have planted. 2. It removes fate. You are not a prisoner. Yes, you may have a whole garden full of old, unskillful plants from past seeds. That's your past karma. You still have to deal with that harvest. 3. But, and this is the most liberating part, right now, in this very moment, you are standing in the garden, and your hands are full of new seeds. You have 100% agency over what you plant today. Your present intention, your present choice, is the one thing you have power over. That is the opposite of fate. This practice moves karma from a vast cosmic idea to an immediate, present moment tool. I call this checking the seed. Before your next significant interaction, it could be sending an email, making a call, or walking in the door to your family. 1. Pause, just for 1 second. 2. Ask your heart, what is the intention, the seed I am about to plant? 3. Just see it. Is it an intention of kindness, of frustration, of needing to be right, of just getting it over with? 4. No judgment. Just see the seed. 5. Then ask, is this the seed I want to plant? That's it. You have just taken your karma into your own hands. You've become a conscious gardener. Karma is not a system of cosmic justice. It is not fate. It is the liberating and sometimes difficult truth that our intentions matter. Our actions have consequences. It is the law of the garden. You are not a victim of the universe, and you are not a puppet. You are the gardener, and the seeds are in your hands right now. This is the path of true empowerment. Let's walk it together. First, please share this video with someone who feels stuck in their life, someone who feels like a victim of fate. Second, in the comments, let's practice. What is one skillful seed, like patience, listening, or kindness, that you intend to plant this week? And third, if you find this path of inquiry valuable and wish to continue these conversations, I warmly invite you to subscribe and follow our channel. Thank you for joining this conversation. May you be well. May you be peaceful. And may you find the great, profound freedom of being the gardener